It's game time.
Quiet, please. I am analyzing.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
Is the next step the transplantation of the human brain?
Ballsy. Stupid, but ballsy.
Stand by for action.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Okay. Remember, we're not dealing with an intelligence on our own level.
Bring in the logic probe.
Ooh. End of line.
Welcome back to the Gamers Haven podcast. We are all together, and we are all on the new mixer.
Which sounds awesome.
Which is very nice, yes. Is everybody's mics on and everything, I think so? Yes.
I hope so.
Yes.
Yeah, I hope so.
Alrighty.
It's not too bad.
Is the thing going up and down?
The thing is going up and down. Watch. Ooh, up and down.
Scary.
We've just lost all of our viewers with that one, really. Viewers, I hope they're not
alienating
viewers.
our audience,
really,
one
listeners,
number at a time.
Listeners. Lost all our listeners. But that's okay. At least we're not from Ecuador.
That's true.
Yeah. Tonight we are going to talk just a little bit about running one-shot games. So that's what we're going to talk about. And then we got got a three-parter for you, and then a bunch of random encounters that I've been saving up because it's been a while since we recorded because of, school and life and all that. But we are recording today on Wednesday, December 16th.
1943!
1943, apparently.
I don't think they believe us.
Was this house around in 1943?
No, it was built in 1969.
So,
yeah. That sucks.
Yeah. It's going to really suck.
It's cold.
It is cold.
And there's like a foot and a half of snow on the ground because it's 1943 in Kansas when it used to snow.
Yeah, I'm going to go get back in the time machine and go back to...
Damn global warming, take away our snow. Stupid polar bears.
Anyway, we'll be right back after this. Noble Knight Games has been serving the needs of thousands of gamers worldwide since 1997. With a huge selection of over 30,000 unique products, including discounts on most in-print games of up to 50% off or more. Noble Knight Games is the place for out-of-print RPGs, board games, war games, collectible card games, miniatures, and all things game-related. They ship worldwide and will purchase or trade your titles you no longer need, new, or used. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Just visit www.nobleknight.com or visit our website for direct access to thousands of new, out-of-print, and in some cases, one-of-a-kind items. All right, Jeremy's talking about eating beach people with bad tattoos. Now,
is that polar bears eating beach people?
Or polar bears eating beach people with bad tattoos. Now, does that mean that the polar bears are eating people with the bad tattoos, or eating people just with bad tattoos?
Just with bad tattoos.
Just with bad tattoos. So it's eating the people, and the tattoos aren't eating the people. Okay.
Possibly with dipping sauce.
With dipping sauce? Okay.
Most polar bears I know are pretty much
any
for plain.
Any particular type of dipping sauce?
Probably
polar bears?
Honey mustard.
Honey mustard. Okay. But I would figure since they're from the polar regions, they'd probably like some sweet and sour sauce,
possibly,
or maybe fish
maybe
oil,
hot sauce,
hot sauce too.
Sauce,
really barbecue.
Oils, barbecue.
Who doesn't like barbecue? Really?
Yeah. So one shots. Yeah.
Yes, one shots and barbecue. What you do with the one shot is you put some nice barbecue sauce on it, and then you grill it up.
And then you serve it to your gamers, and you never hear about it again.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you think the polar bears can surf down at the beach?
Sweet.
Why do I suddenly have bad images of some horrible kids movie with surfing?
I'm going to have to go revise the Keep on the Shadowfell again and remove all the bullywugs and put in surfing polar bears.
The Bullywogs were bad enough. Jesus Christ. 4 hits, and I went from full hit points to 2 hit points. 4 hits! It's like, and we spit on you, and then we hit you as we force you out of our square, and you're down to 2 hit points.
That's okay. That's why you have healing surges.
Gee, I didn't realize I was going to go through 6 healing surges in one fight.
That's because they're Bullywugs.
You suck.
They're obviously the most powerful creature in the book.
Jeez, we're first level characters. In the first fight, I almost die. It's like, yeah, I think we need to level up somehow, like now. Fortunately, it's not a one shot.
Yeah, you want to know the scary thing is I didn't give him a surprise round either.
I know. That would have been really
Smurf.
And there's a Smurf for everybody to hear.
Yeah. I better mark that down here real quick, Anyway, we're talking about one-shots today, running one-shots. I think we've all done them in some shape or form before.
We all ran games at CantCon, so we've all run one-shots now.
Yeah, technically, yes. Yes, we did all run stuff at...
So, opinions on setting up for one-shots. What do you think? I find that the more I plan for it, usually the worse things go.
Oh, yeah. Well, especially if you know who you're going to be running stuff for, 9 times out of 10, you could sit down and plan out the one-shot, and then, they'll go, you give them A through D, they choose E, invariably. Often I found one-shots will grow into campaigns, but I find it really hard just to do a one-off. I guess it really depends on the system you do it in.
Yeah, it does depend on the system.
Like a one-off in Paranoia is much simpler than, say, a one-off in D&D.
Paranoia is fine.
Well, how can you run a campaign in Paranoia?
Very carefully. Yeah. It's not easy.
It's
not the way I run it, not the way any of us play it.
Because I would almost...
There are different ways to play and run Paranoia that you could go much darker, but I like the zapping.
Now you could run a series of one-time games, one-shots with Paranoia that just happen to have the same characters.
That's true.
So it's like episodes, basically.
Yes.
Have nothing to do with the other one.
And just not have an overarching storyline.
Right.
Yeah. But
some of the indie games, I think, are better. I shouldn't say better, but seem to be okay with one-shot. As an example, not just Paranoia, but there's another one we had tried from Aaron. I'm trying to think. Asylum's another good one that is a one-shot, I think, or a series of one-shots. And I guess you could do an over... Yeah, those are probably like 300 points apiece.
Yeah, probably.
But anyway.
What are all those cookies?
Yeah. I'm sure they're not that bad, but I just want to keep them out of my sight right now, or else I'm just going to eat them.
Apparently, I have not fed the guard cats enough today because this one won't leave me alone. He's up on the desk trying to eat the microphone.
Yes.
But Asylum,
Boris is big enough to eat the microphone.
Asylum, I think, is a good example.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really like one-shots of like The Masquerade or any White Wolf.
I really don't think like D&D doesn't really. You can do one-shots with D&D, but I just think it's the very nature of Dungeons and Dragons.
It requires planning.
Harder. Yeah, well, it would be more of just here's a dungeon crawl, and a really simple dungeon crawl. If you're going to do that, because you can't do a big dungeon in one night.
I wouldn't even do. It depends on the night. If you decide to do 8 hours of gaming, you could do it.
I can't do 8 hours anymore.
No, neither can
I'm an old man.
Five
I could
hours
do 8 hours with
now.
enough caffeine and enough time, but there's just not enough time is the problem. But I wouldn't do character creation though. I would just have pre-generated.
Yeah, pre-gen. I would say with a one-shot, unless it's a set group of characters you've run with before, I would say definitely pre-gen characters. Although you can do, say you're having an ongoing campaign, would you say a one-shot is
within the campaign?
Within the campaign, like take one person out and do a one-shot with them, sort of as a sub-story.
Yeah, you
inside.
can do that.
Or really a solo.
Even solos can be fine, though sometimes kind of creepy.
Yes, depends on the players, obviously.
But I was thinking more of like you have an ongoing campaign, and then suddenly you decide to do April Fools.
Yeah.
things like that, where it's a one-shot within the campaign, which is fine. I remember
good at doing those.
Palladium is not good for one-shots at all.
That's because it takes 6 hours to make a frickin' character.
It was like a 6-hour character.
Shadowrun would not be good for a one-shot.
No.
Only if you had pre-generated characters. How long did it take us to make those characters?
6 weeks.
Yeah.
6
weeks to make 6 characters?
Yeah. We were going to make 8, and then we just gave
up.
The Palladium one was like 6 to 8 hours character creation.
And then it was like
an
hour and a half
it was
of
an
play.
hour and a half of play, and
We all
finally
died.
my brother decided, well, he attacked something, and then he got, I think, shot or knocked down, and then he pointed out he was carrying enough nitroglycerin to take out, I don't know, the
Mars.
East Coast. Yeah.
It was like 10 or 11 square city blocks.
This is Palladium we're talking about. It's enough to take out the moon.
It vaporized everything.
All the zombie
One
monsters.
of our players was pissed because of all the time it took to create the characters. I was like, I'm going to bed.
I fell asleep before the game actually even started. My character
You were
got dragged
sucked
into
into
the
the
sewer.
sewer.
Dragged into the
You're like,
sewers and killed.
character creation's a...
Yeah.
My brother and
I
the
was
other
so
player
exhausted.
Oh,
were like, what
Palladium,
time is it? I don't know. It's getting close to 4 in the morning or something. Okay, you're in the sewer. There's zombies.
We were playing that Supernatural game that they had.
Was it Nightbane?
No.
No, it was Beyond the Supernatural?
Beyond the Supernatural.
Kind of. It was more of just... I had zombies.
Okay.
And some of them had guns.
Well, it wasn't even you running the game. You were actually playing in it.
No, I ran that one.
Did you run that one?
Yep.
Well, I fell asleep before
Yep.
we even started
You
that
got
one.
eaten.
I was exhausted.
You got sucked into the sewer.
I worked
This is
12
before the
hour day
Palladium
and
books
went and-
soaked up the cat urine.
Surprisingly, though, you then walked out of town.
Yeah.
At the very end, after everybody else was dead, you were the
I
only
left.
one who survived.
I got sucked into the sewer. Everyone's like, he's dead. And it's like, I'm the only one that makes it out.
You
Really,
just walked
any
out.
game that lends itself more to an episodic type of a setting.
Or
Works
Hero
best.
Quest.
Mutants and
Can be
Masterminds would make a
one-shots.
good one-shotter.
Well, Hero Quest, you're talking the board game, right?
So?
Yeah, I know. It's just there is a Hero Quest RPG. It has
don't
nothing
know
to do
that.
with the board game.
There's
Can it be
there's a
one-shot?
Hero Quest RPG?
It has nothing to do with board game, yes.
But can it
How
be
did
a
they do
one-shot?
that?
Hero Quest.
Sierra had their game called Hero Quest, so you want to be a hero, and they got sued.
I got nothing.
That's lame.
Let's see, what else? Most board games can be one-shot. That would work. There we go.
Well, yeah, I mean,
no, the Call of Cthulhu board game, Arkham.
Call of
Arkham Horror,
Cthulhu's not bad for one-shots. If you want to tell a very basic...
very
you know,
dark, deadly story.
very,
yeah, it's great
very
for
well, very
one-shots
basic
because-
story. You know, it all goes into the theme. Like in Call of Cthulhu, you could do the haunted house story. You know, it's you guys are ghost inspectors going
Right.
into this haunted
Kinda
house,
lighthearted.
and then
Yeah, like the one I did that gave Andre nightmares. Yeah, that's a good idea.
exactly.
I did a one-shot with a couple players superhero.
Yeah, Mutants and Masterminds, I think, would lend itself well to a
This
couple
wasn't
one
Mutants
shots.
and Masterminds.
That was Champions.
Sure, I don't know.
Or
Champions,
was it
just the
Hero
character
Unlimited?
creation itself. Oh god,
Yeah, sure.
You don't remember?
I don't remember.
fill
I
out a
just
tax
remember it
form
was
instead.
heroes.
You know,
And I stole the bomber guy from the Tick.
The Mad Bomber who bombs at midnight.
the Mad Bomber.
Yeah.
The only problem is with some of those games, you kind of are like, hey, this would be a cool story for something else.
Oh, well, when the one-shots I've done, generally it's been to test run something, like test run a
Right.
system, test run a setting sort of thing. And sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. I would say, let's see, I think I did it with Conspiracy X. I believe it was the first edition before they revised it and made it playable.
Wasn't playable before.
It was really, the system was so messed up in that. The original system, I as far as I understand, the second edition they put out not too long ago is actually pretty good, but
We played in a couple one-shot GURPS.
it's kind of expensive to do any kind of a one-shot just as a test of a system, because, I mean, especially books now, $40-50 a pop.
Well, but some places put out the free quick start rules.
Yeah, that's not so bad. I like that.
I actually honestly wish that.
I wish more companies would do that.
Yeah, because
honestly.
I was getting everything set up so that I could get ready because I'm going to run an Earth Dawn 3rd edition game for
Yeah.
Rowan when she comes up.
You would like to have a quick start?
Yeah, there isn't one.
Yeah.
They have a pre-molded adventure, which I'm going to run because I'm
Right.
not going to make an adventure for it. But character creation is like, all right, I wanted to send a character creation guide out to everybody and go, okay, here's the character sheet, here's the character creation guide. You know, if you're interested in playing, make a character and send it back to me.
Yeah.
But no, because there's no dice rolling in making the character, so I don't have to worry about anybody cheating. It's all points allocated. So you have points that you assign. So I was like, just send out the quick start guide and boom, people can be done. There isn't one.
That's the other thing is doing one shots, doing convention type gaming, and doing the pre-generated characters. That can be really, really hard to do. If you're throwing together 8 PC characters for a group, or however many players you're going to have or possibly have, you got to sit there and come up with 8 different PCs.
Yeah.
And just the amount of time, as we found with Shadowrun, of how the logistics in making a character can be just so daunting.
Well, that's why if the company has already done that for you,
Yes,
it's hard
so we
to
implore companies to actually put out pre-generated characters like off their website. Would be fabulous. But no, Shadowrun doesn't do that.
No, Shadowrun has a quick start guide.
Yes, but they don't have pre-gen characters.
No, not like they used to.
Evil.
Though that's something you might be able to find online, even if they're not pre-generated by the company.
Well, we looked.
You can usually find players. I know with 4th edition you can find players. You can be like, hey, I have a 4th level rogue, I don't know,
Minotaur
monster or something.
I have a 4th level rogue Minotaur. Woo! Wait a minute. He has a cape with a mountebank.
Actually, that'd be kind of cool to have a Minotaur rogue.
I tried to get Eric to let me make because he had me make some of the characters for the D&D game at CantCon, and I tried to let him. I tried to get him to let me use Minotaur. He wouldn't do it. I was like, "Come on,
somebody could play a Minotaur in my game.
It'd be funny.
It would be hilarious. Minotaurs don't have to be evil.
No, of course.
Some of them worship, Bahamut, but some of them don't. They're the civilized ones.
Yeah, I really think for one shots,
hats.
the best ones for one shots, honestly, is if the game has a quick start guide, because like what I'm dealing with right now, I have to get the players to make the characters because I'm not going to make the characters for Earth Dawn. It's not hard to make characters for Earth Dawn.
It's not Shadowrun.
Yeah, it's not Shadowrun, but still, it's one of those things that I always get complaints. Like at CantCon, the one major complaint I got was, well, none of us really liked any of the characters that were available.
Yeah, you're going to run into that, especially if you're doing pre-generated characters. You can't aim to please people, especially if you don't know who's going to be playing.
Yeah, but when everybody's like, well, we didn't like any of the characters, everybody, it's like, well, fine, screw it. I'll let someone else make the characters next time.
Yeah.
Apparently I lack...
You can only do so much.
Yeah, apparently I lack in
I mean, if you know who the players are going to be, that does make it easier, and if you want, you could also just delegate that, say, you, player number 1, I need 5 different characters or whatever while I'm doing the NPCs, especially if you're doing Shadowrun.
Though if you have a tool that will let you do random characters,
yes, a computer program, some sort of character creator is invaluable, I think.
Yeah,
like if you're doing
that would have helped with Shadowrun immensely.
Second edition
had found one that worked correctly.
2nd edition D&D characters, 1st edition basic, all that stuff, pretty straightforward.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you choose
I remember the old Marvel superhero game. Everything was random. You could randomly generate superpowers. You could completely randomly generate your hero at randomly everything.
That would kind of suck, though.
Yes, but it was interesting to see what you'd get sometimes.
Well, that's true. Well, it's kind of like I've noticed in Talisman, like the characters, they're all funny.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes one is uber powerful.
Like the Dark Cultist?
Yeah. And the rest of them are just like, this one sucks. Or this one doesn't suck, but they're not balanced.
We declared Robin the winner after you guys
cool.
left.
She was very pumped up at that point.
Yeah, she was a scary assassin at that point.
She was playing
strength of 8. The good assassin, because
strength
she got
of 8,
turned.
she didn't have like a craft of 9?
No, her craft was just a little bit lower.
I think, yeah.
It was a 7,
like
8.
a 7 and 8, yeah.
So, yeah.
But she was scary.
See, that's a game that's good for one-shots too, but we need a little bit more time.
Yeah, so that's the thing about Talisman is sometimes you can get through it fairly quickly, and sometimes it takes bloody
actually, Warhammer. Tabletop, miniature game.
Yeah, that's great for one-offs.
You can do one.
Well, yeah, it's easy to do for one-off. Well, if you have the models for it, obviously.
Right.
I mean, even if you don't, if the person's okay with proxies, that's even better.
Right.
Yeah.
The superhero clicks game, HeroClix.
HeroClix, yeah.
Any of the click games.
Yeah, don't just be shoehorned in by doing a one-shot RPG. You could do one-shot board games, one-shot, card game thing. Really, what I'm looking though at is it's a planned thing, not just a spur of the moment. I think it definitely works best for if you have people that are wanting to try something out, especially.
Well, new people too.
Yeah, but Warhammer's fine. Really, the games that come to mind for me that are I think very good for one shots are Paranoia, Feng Shui.
Asylum.
I think Star Wars to an extent.
It can be,
depending on the system. If it's not the new one with the D20 system, yeah, it's a little bit easier to set up one shots with the classic system.
Yeah, the D6 system, the West End Games
version.
Which later on, I've got something about West End Games.
Are they still around, or did they go belly up?
They went belly up, but then they came back.
There's something on RPG now,
around.
which is kind of cool.
What's that?
Okay.
Well, we'll talk about in Random Encounters.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll randomly.
Because I also have something. I have a couple monster manual things I want to talk about too that I found that are pretty awesome.
Fabulous. Well, we're about 20 minutes or so into this conversation. I think we should call it quits and just little bits on one shots there, and we'll come back with a three-parter. You may have heard Keep on the Shadowfell before, but you've never heard it like this. From the gaming group that brought you The Wizards College, join them as they delve into 4th edition Dungeons & Dragons, some of them for the first time. The town of Brookhollow stands watch over a ruined keep that was once a bastion of good in the realm. The keep overlooks the Shadow Rift, a dark scar in the world that was once a gateway to the Shadowfell, but has been dormant for many years. Now an evil cleric of Orcus, demon lord of the undead, seeks to reopen the gate, and the only thing standing in his way is a small yet determined band of heroes. Dungeons & Dragons, 4th edition. Keep on the Shadowfell. Redux. Gamers Haven and the Vorpal Network, in association with Pinnacle Entertainment Group, present A Thousand Monkeys production.
Deadlands. Enough room to die.
An actual play recording of Deadlands Reloaded. Available for download at www.canadiancrusaders.com.
This is the Vorpal Network.
Some point.
We are back, and today on the lovely three-parter, I believe Jeremy's got a lovely review for us. Nathan's got a little bit of a rant, and I've got something I want to just sort of let people know is out there, and sort of give my 2 cents on. So we will go ahead and kick this off with the lovely review.
All right, for the three-parter tonight, I'm going to discuss actually two books that were done by 4th edition fans. A Mr. I believe it's pronounced Mesh, M-E-S-H, Hong for the last name. I found those on Ian World. I have a tendency to just dig through Ian's World to see if there's any, random coolness there. And the first thing I found from him was called just simply The Book of the Dead. And it is a book of new undead critters, and it's all black and white. There are not pictures.
4th ed, or?
It's a 4th edition book. It's 4E compatible. It's all done in stat blocks. You can tell that editing was pretty simple. Mm-hmm. Basically, it's one stat box per page with some small description. Descriptions are not bad.
It looks like you used the WotC.
It looks like it.
Builder, which is fine. That looks beautiful.
Right. Well, the one thing I liked is he has just the random critters for undead, and then he has themed critters. And there's all sorts of different undead in there, different zombies, just a whole list. And they're 4 mostly heroic tiered characters. But I gotta say, I really, for just player created stuff, he did a good job. It's simple. A lot of the creatures, I didn't sit down and break down the numbers or anything like that. I just gave them a once through, and I really liked some of them. They were good for some more undead critters. In addition, he had another one called Book of Distant Stars, which is about aberrations. And some of the aberrations are, well, he has a Mudman in there, and somebody brought up, well, why was the Mudman an aberration and not like a elemental? And he had some, just random reason. It didn't even matter, actually.
Yeah.
But
he made the monster. Who cares?
Same thing. Well, and he took it all in good stride. I was looking at the actual, the message board. But that one also, Book of Distant Stars, is very, very cool. It has quite a few Cthulhu-esque, and not necessarily, they aren't exactly Cthulhu, but they're Cthulhu-esque critters. And again, they're mostly like individuals and then some themed ones. And the nice thing is they I don't remember if that one's only heroic, but there were some nasty things in there. And his descriptions are simple. One thing he didn't put in there was like the arcane or history checks or anything like that. But that's okay, because you can make it so it fits with your world. Each one is roughly, I think it's 69 pages?
Yeah, roughly. It's 69, 70 pages, something like that.
And really, for a free download, he did a good job. I want to, send props out to him, because it's nice to see just a reasonable, player-created items that just improve your game. And so he did a good job. I'm hoping to see a few more things from him. I will, because I don't normally follow most people on Ian World.
Right.
But I probably will go look for his name again to see if he has anything else out. So if he still has his links up, which it looks like he does, and obviously he wants them downloaded because, well, he's got his links there. Check out the Book of the Dead and the Book of Distant Stars. I think you'd be pleasantly surprised. Obviously, if you're looking for great artwork, though, there's no art.
Yeah, there's no art. I mean, they're free PDFs, but it looks like I'm just sort of flipping through them here and there, and they actually look pretty good.
Oh yeah, I really like them.
They're very basic, but
But
you want to add in some creatures that are kind of wacky and kind of
the powers aren't necessarily. The powers are interesting, and some of them are just neat. And he also introduced a couple new curses and or diseases with the monsters.
Yeah, I saw that.
Some of them are pretty nasty. So if you want to throw things, mix things up, maybe take something that's not in the monster manual, check this out because you will be pleasantly surprised. So, that's my review.
The rant.
Yeah, I think so.
Cool.
So, I'm actually going to talk about a couple different things. It's not really a rant or a rave. I want to give a little bit of advice and warning, as I found out the hard way. There are now several places where you can go online where you can buy PDF copies of books. You need to be very, very careful with how you do this. And the only reason I say this is because I went to a site, and I can't remember the name of it. I was looking for it on my computer while this was going on, while Jeremy was doing his review, and I can't find it. But you only can click the download link once.
Is it Your Games Now?
I don't remember.
It's the only other one I really know of.
I'd have
There's
to,
also
I have to look through my...
Warehouse 13, I think, doesn't too.
But you can only click the download link once, and if you double-click the download link, it gives you an error and says that the product is no longer available for download, and you don't get the download, so you're out your money. So be really, really careful with stuff like that. My recommendation, I know this sounds like an ad, but I have never had any problems with DriveThruRPG, and I know we endorse their website.
Well, they send you like 5 to, 6 different downloads for the same one. So if it happens,
they have multiple copies for the download
Right.
that you download.
DriveThruRPG and RPGNow.com.
Yeah.
So they're the same company, one bookshelf.
I've only bought 2 things for them, and they're very well done. I bought a PDF for Call of Cthulhu from the other place, and I clicked once, and it didn't seem to be doing anything. Clicked it again, and it was gone. I was out $35 for a PDF copy of Call of Cthulhu main rulebook. I wanted a copy so I could pull pages out of it to make a quick guide because people ask me, can you send us a quick guide for creating characters if we're going to do a one-shot for... I usually do a one-shot for Halloween, or I do a one-shot game for when one of my friends comes up from Texas for over the Christmas holiday season. So I run a one-shot so that they can get a chance to play because they don't get to game a lot where they're at. And, I just wanted to pull a couple pages out of it so I could, make a quick guide out of it, type up a quick guide so I could send it off. And it didn't work. I lost my money. So be careful with that. And make sure that the companies that you deal with are very reputable. If suddenly you lose your ability to download the product you bought, make sure they have a contact us. Don't go with emails, because 9 times out of 10, a lot of those places that only have emails never send anything back. You never hear anything. Make sure they have a phone number. Call them. Pester them until they either fix the problem or refund you your money.
Yeah, give you your money back.
Yeah, because it's silly that stuff like this happens, but it does. So be careful. Be very research what you're looking at before you buy from a place, and then make sure that if something happens, you have an exit strategy. Now I'm going to talk about the current trend with video games.
DLC.
Downloadable content, yeah. As some of you might know, I'm an addict to Rock Band, and Rock Band announced that they've released 1,000 songs now, of which I have over 500 of them. As I looked at my downloaded songs on the Xbox the other day. But I've noticed a very disturbing trend. Now, it's cool with the idea of having DLC for role-playing games. But there are a lot of times when you'll be playing the game and it feels like something's missing, and suddenly there's this bit of downloadable content, and well, this piece looks like it was originally part of the game, but they excised it so they could make more money off of it. That crap is stupid. I mean, a good example is this. Shale is downloadable content only. As of right now, if you buy a copy of Dragon Age on the PC or the Xbox 360 by, I believe it's April 31st, you get them for free. After that, you have to spend 1,200 points on them. I mean, they're BioWare points. And I think it's like $6.75 for every 400 points, or something like that.
That sounds about right.
So he's $20.
No, 15.
Well, $6.75 is $7, $7.14.21. Because he's 1,200 points. 400 points times 3 is...
Well, all I know is on the Dragon Age site, he's $15.
Yeah.
That's what he's listed as.
So he's $15 for an extra character.
Or bits and bytes and
Well, the thing is you. Yeah, see, he's listed as 1,200 points on the thing, and their points are. Yeah, that's weird. But anyways,
I wouldn't spend it. Do not.
Well, no. The thing is they put him in. They put the free thing in there because it's pretty clear when you start to play that it seems like he was originally designed to be in the game in the first place because he was available when the game came out.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know why they're doing it, right? It's their combat against the used game market.
Yeah. They want to keep people from buying used games.
Game companies will forever hate the used game market. Because, I mean, and retailers will forever love it because that's where they make their money.
Yeah, look at EB or GameStop. 95% of their sales from the last quarter came from used games.
I can speak from experience. I used to work in a used video game place, and that's where the money was. I mean, especially if you're a smaller retailer, if you are buying a new game, often if it's at the time it was PS2, Xbox games, but a $50 game we could get wholesale through our distributor for $47.
You make $3 profit.
It's like that's just not worth the time, and after shipping, you might as well just go buy it at Walmart. You get bigger discounts when you buy stuff in bulk, so the bigger retailers can get them a lot cheaper. And but used games, you're paying half for it or less than half for it usually.
Yeah,
that's all CAD. That's all money in the bank.
Yeah, I understand why they do DLC, but the thing is it's really frustrating because you look at it and it's obvious from the way the game is set up. The shell was supposed to be there in the first place, and they excised it out, made it into downloadable content. Which is really a bummer because the thing is it's like it doesn't showcase that what they're trying to do is keep people from selling their games for used copies. It showcases, it makes people feel like what's happening is the company's being greedy. And
it's a double-edged thing too. Is if they release DLC over the course of a couple years, they're doing their best to keep you from getting rid of the game anyway.
Well, yeah,
by doing that. So
which is a good idea. The thing is, it's like the Warden's Keep thing. It's very clear that when you do the Warden's Keep, that was not part of the game originally. Yeah. That was obviously added because everything that deals with the Warden's Keep is located specifically where the Warden's Keep is. That's it. All in. That's nothing else. You don't see really anything anywhere else. You don't get anything except for that.
I've done the Warden's Keep and I've done Shale. So.
Yeah. But the thing is Shale influences in many various different areas where other characters, NPCs and stuff interact with them. Now, I know that's all scripting and stuff, and I'm sure when they come up with a new character, back to Return to Ostagar, that they'll do the same thing. But it just makes you wonder because you sit there and look at it and go, okay, was this just a ploy for them to make more money off of people? If so, why is it that anybody that buys a new copy right now gets them for free anyways? Sort of thing.
Through April 13th. And I'll point out, too, that if you look on the card, the code works through April 31st, meaning if you own the game and you format reinstall after April 31st, you have to rebuy that content.
No. As long as you use the same login information, your DLC is tied to your login account. So mine's tied into my login account, which I'm not going to give because I'm not stupid. And well, you've already bought all the same content anyways.
Yeah.
But it's tied to your login account. So if you have to uninstall and reinstall the game, as long as you use the same login information, it'll be fine. That being said, if you use a different login information with the same license key, you're in serious trouble.
Yeah.
Because they don't look too kindly on that.
No.
And as
they don't want you to do that.
Well, they don't want you. They want you to be able to buy another copy. I know you can only have the license active on up to 3 computers, which is fine. I've only got 2 computers that we run on my wife's computer and my computer. But I'm planning on buying her a copy because I want to be able to get her the same download.
As far as I can tell, you need the CD in the drive. You need the DVD in the drive to run the game.
Yes, you do. But like with everything else, if you look around, you can find a no CD patch. I don't have it activated. I don't have the no CD patch activated because it's just as easy to put the disc in, and we'll swap the disc back and forth. But the thing is I would like to get a copy for my wife so that she can get all the cool downloadable content for herself. But the thing is, some of the stuff seems like it should have been there in the first place, and some of it's obviously tacked on. And the stuff that's heavily integrated just makes you feel like you're getting screwed over. And if you look at a lot of games, it's like I'm going to use the music games because those are really ones that I know really well. Look at like Guitar Hero Metallica. Guitar Hero Metallica has like 45 songs on it. You pay $60 for the game. you pay more than $1 a song, right? And you'd think it's Metallica, they got the music from Metallica, they'd have the ability to add more songs to the game. No. If you want to buy more songs, they want to release another Guitar Hero Metallica. Guitar Hero Metallica 2, which has more songs. That's just absolutely
Unfortunately, with that, some of that's just the licensing. It might not be Guitar Hero's fault on that.
No, it is Activision's fault.
Yeah,
Activision
well,
had the
Activision's
opportunity.
full of crap.
I read up on this. Activision had the opportunity to get licensing to be able to do DLC for Guitar Hero Metallica, and they didn't do it. So that's nobody's fault.
We all know Activision. Activision, they don't want to put out something that they can't basically update every year. Put out a new version of.
The specific wording was we will not be releasing any games that cannot be exploited on a yearly basis. His words exactly were exploited.
Yeah,
taken advantage of.
That man is... I hate that man.
He's a pud. But anyways, this
is the company that owns Blizzard.
Yeah. And you wonder why suddenly we're seeing like World of Warcraft crap everywhere. Before Blizzard was taken over by Activision, there was no such thing as
well, there was only
T-shirts and bumper stickers.
Well, not even that, but the how long was the game out before they put out the first expansion for it?
2 years, 2-3 years, and now they've got another expansion pack coming out next year.
Put out Lich King and
this last year. Next year they're doing another one. Every year, yeah.
It's a popular game, though.
Oh yeah, they get dump trucks of money every day.
Yeah. I'm sure Blizzard is actually heating their business with the excess cash.
They hire people to burn the money that they can't.
I just don't have time for any of that. So,
but there are certain aspects of downloadable content you look at and you go, this should have been in the game in the first place. Why do I have to pay more money for it? It's a crock of crap, and it's beginning to get that way with a lot of RPGs, and it's just crap. I mean, you pay through the nose for this stuff, anyways, and yes. I know $60 may not seem like a lot of money to a lot of us. A lot of us do remember.
It's a lot of money to me.
Yeah, a lot of us remember back when we were young, when we were kids, and we had old computers, and games were $80 a piece because they had to make it for like 7 platforms. Mm-hmm. We remember the times like that, but still, $60 is very expensive, and for poor people like us, that's damned expensive. And buying a game and then having to go, oh, well, to get access to this shotgun in Modern Warfare 2, I have to go spend 1,200 points online. What is that? That is just a company going, well, we want to make more money off this product, and since we can't make it by making the game more expensive because people will riot, we'll just make it downloadable content, and if they actually want to be able to use the stuff that's supposed to be in the game in the first place, they'll have to pay more money for it.
You have to pay for the shotgun?
To get access to certain weapons and multiplayer, you have to do DLC for it. So you pay money for it. How stupid is that?
I want to buy Vice City for PlayStation 2. I can get it for like $10.
You can probably get it less than that.
Buy it on the PC. It's better on the PC, and you can get it for the same price. New.
No, I want it on the PlayStation 2.
You can use a PlayStation 2 controller on your PC.
I could, but my seat is much better in the living room with my PlayStation
2. Your couch?
He has a point.
Yeah, that's true. But it's crap.
Yeah,
and the thing is, I know companies do it
the
for
bottom
various
line,
different reasons, but it
the
just
bottom
seems
line
like
with DLC. The bottom line with DLC is it's a company that the company wants to cut out. Literally, they want to cut out the retailer. Right. They want to cut out the middleman. They want you to buy direct from them, and because they make more money that way.
Right.
That's it. That's why they have it. That's why it's there.
Then they should make it exclusive things that you buy that you get directly from them when you buy the game directly from them. Not make it.
Oh yeah. No, I'm just playing devil's advocate on it.
Oh, yeah, I know.
I'm waiting for the time when you're, like, going through a level and you come to a door.
And it saage, this area is download content only.
Yeah, that you cannot open up.
One of the annoying things people have complained about with Dragon Age.
The guys in the camp. When you buy the game.
When you buy the game, there's a guy in your... Once you get out and you have a camp you can go back to, there's a guy in your camp that you can go talk to who gives you a quest, but the quest is DLC.
Yeah.
So you go through the bit of him telling you about the quest and whatnot, and then it gives you the option of saying, would you like to go it? We'll go to an external website to purchase content. And if you don't do it, if you say no, blah, blah, he stays there with the little... exclamation point above his head for the rest of the game.
Would you like to go buy this content now?
He shouldn't even be there.
I agree.
If you spend $60... Now, I understand in the Eberron game, the free one, I understand that.
Yeah, free games,
totally understand.
Having the
because it's free.
Because that's how they support the game. They got to support us on.
and I get to a door that I have to go spend another $15 or $20 to download, I may take the game and shove it up the guy's ass who made the game.
Yeah, well, don't even bother looking into Neverwinter Nights 3 then, because that was their whole plan was to do.
Neverwinter Nights 2.
They're doing a Neverwinter Nights 3.
Yes, they're planning on doing a
I
Neverwinter
will just
Nights
go
3.
back to
As if the
Neverwinter
second one
Nights
wasn't
3
bad
times
enough.
as bad as number 2.
Two.
Okay.
I'll just go back with Neverwinter Nights 1 and its expansions, because those are
Because those
actually
were good
awesome.
expansions.
Well, the awesome thing is, have you guys seen? You probably have. Have you seen the Dragon Age tools to make stuff
It's
for Dragon
awesome.
Age?
It's very good.
Freaking sweet. The scripting language is easy to understand. The tool layout is perfect. I mean,
it's going to be a repeat of what happened with Neverwinter Nights. With Neverwinter Nights, they had their tool set is 99.9% of the stuff that came out from fans using the tool set was utter crap.
Right.
but that
But
0.9%
that 0.1% out there that came out is absolutely fabulous, and BioWare hired those people.
yeah,
Right.
And that same thing is going to happen with Dragon Age.
yeah.
Is you'll have 99.9% utter, horrible crap, 14 brothels people put together, and then you'll have the 0.1% that is just an awesome,
Brothels.
like, wow, and BioWare will hire that
So
person.
downloadable brothels?
Well, there was some really cool stuff with Neverwinter Nights. I don't know if you ever saw the Persistent Worlds that people built.
I heard about them, I didn't see them.
They were really cool because you'd log into a server online to play on a persistent world. And what happened is things happened at various different intervals in the day. When it went from day to night, on regular shifts and stuff for the various different areas, and things would happen differently in the different areas. And you'd go on, there'd be like 32 people playing online in a persistent world. It was really cool.
We had our training world.
Yeah.
With the squirrels they gave you?
Would
Was it squirrels
no,
or-
it was kobolds
Kobold,
and goblins. They all had like one hit point, but there was like 500 of them, maxed out on XP. So you'd walk out of the door, and you go, triggered! Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Goblin, goblin,
The computer
goblin!
would go,
So, and you just sit there and go, attack. Killing goblins and kobolds. Hey, I'm level whatever.
yeah. The thing about that was interesting is I used the Neverwinter Nights tool set to actually recreate my entire D&D world, like the whole continent, and then
Didn't you lose it all?
Yes, I lost it all. I lost it all because I lost the hard drive, rebuilt the computer back up, and lost everything. My file for it, just my file, the WAD file or whatever they called it for my map stuff, was like 730 megabytes.
Wow.
Just for like the layout of it, and that was like without any scripting, without any characters added. It was just the world. And Andre would run through it, and he goes, "Good God, why?"
But anyway, we should wrap that up as far as the DLC. So.
DLC is cool, but in many ways it sucks. I don't feel like I don't like feeling like I got screwed over on a product I already paid money for that I have to buy something that should have been in the game in the first damn place. Period. End of subject.
Guess I'm not buying video games.
Activision, I'm talking to you. You guys are really bad about it.
What we're into. All right, I am doing just a little for your information part here. That something has come out that I wanted to sort of give my 2 cents on. A company called Cubicle 7 Entertainment, which does games, does a few different games. They actually put out Chin the Warring States, which was a French game. Was nominated for several awards. Very beautiful game.
Really beautiful book too.
Yeah, gorgeous book. They've done They do Slay Industries. They do Victoriana, Starblazer Adventures, and Cthulhu Britannica.
They did the Cthulhu Britannica.
They do the Cthulhu Britannica books. Yes.
Cool.
They're the Cthulhu Britannica are the British twist on all that. Anyway, Cubicle 7 Entertainment got the license and have finally released, I believe about a year and a half late, the Doctor Who Adventures in Time and Space RPG. Now this is licensed from BBC, has the entire artwork and whatnot, or images from the new series, the David Tennant series, and basically, from what I can tell, that there's nothing on their website about it, but I'm looking on RPG. RPG Now has the PDF. The PDF itself is $34.99, and the actual print book, when it's available, is going to be $60.
Ouch.
I know, it's kind of painful on that.
Is it full color?
I don't know. Like I said, they don't have this up on their website or anything like that. As far as I know, it is it's either a custom-made system, or if they go with what they did for Star Blazer, it'd be Fudge, which I wouldn't be too happy with because I really don't like it. But Cubicle 7 has put out Doctor Who Adventures in Time and Space, and I really just want to address the idea right now. Is there have been 2 Doctor Who RPGs in the past, one put out by FASA, and the other put out, I don't remember who put that one out, but it was called Time Lord.
FASA, like the pets?
FASA, F-A-S-A, FASA, who put out, no, not FAFSA, FASA.
Oh, okay.
Not FAFSA.
FASA, who did,
They're
who
doing
had
college
Battletech.
tests?
Yes, exactly.
Sweet.
But anyway, Doctor Who Adventures in Time and Space is from what I can tell, it's a role-playing game set in the universe of Doctor Who. Now, I am a huge Doctor Who fan. I love Doctor Who. I love the old Doctor Who. I love the new Doctor Who. It's all great.
Can we all play Doctor Who?
That's what I want to know. Really, is
all play Time Lords?
I love Doctor Who, but I just don't see how Doctor Who lends itself to being an RPG.
The GM gets to be Doctor Who. Everybody else gets to be chicks.
You play Doctor Who. You watch Doctor Who. Who do you watch it for? You watch for the Doctor. So if you take an activity that is inherently a group activity of 3, 4, 5 people playing an RPG
and try to shove it into a system that's designed.
Everyone will want to play. It's in my head. Everyone would want to play the Doctor. Right. Well, everyone can't play the Doctor because then you have the Superman syndrome, where everything's going to be fine, right?
Play Doctor
if you're all playing, if you're all playing Time Lords, again, sort of the same basic thing.
The Doctor
but
was a
if you're all playing companions of the Doctor, then like if one player gets to play the Doctor and everyone else gets to watch, then what is it? Everyone watching him do stuff?
Well, that makes
because really that's not fun. If it's everyone playing companions and the GM who's playing the Doctor, that kind of sucks for everyone because it's going to be the magic something falls on the Doctor and then
the book's in color.
Okay, you found a
PDF presentation.
View.
Yeah, it's just a from their website. From their website, they have stuff up now.
See it.
Yeah, it's in color now.
But
you can be the GM in Doctor Who, and then you get Playboy bunnies.
Well, the thing is this. It actually has listed here, there's Blend character sheet and the Doctor's character sheet. So obviously you don't play as the Doctor. The question is who plays as the Doctor? Is the Doctor just a character that they might actually run into? Oh, it's just a character sheet filled out. Okay.
Yeah, and it just sort of worries me. I mean, I love Doctor Who, and I'd be interested in seeing this game, but with the price point that it's at $35 just for the PDF
and $60
$60 for the actual print book, it's not something I'm willing to take a chance on.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. The book.
I'm going to try getting in touch with the company and see if they can at least alleviate some of my concerns.
I'm not playing one of the useless companions.
Yeah. So I'll take a look a bit at Doctor Who, this PDF preview they have, but my general. Those are my general concerns with it, and just being just loving Doctor Who like I do, I really have those concerns about it. But it is available. You can get it at RPG Now. You can look at at least some information on Cubicle 7 Entertainment's website, cubicle-7.com, and that's the numeral 7. I'll put links in links. I'll try to put links on the page or on our show notes. So, but that's about it for that. We will be back here in just a moment with some random encounters.
Vorpal Network and the Gamers Haven proudly present 1,000 Monkeys production of a Monty Cook adventure. Tolus, the Night of Dissolution, an adventure for Dungeons & Dragons 4th edition. Following the threads of a hidden conspiracy, 6 heroes find themselves up against insane cultists, wild chaos magic, and horrors from the primordial days of the world. Urban intrigue, dungeon exploration, and high action span the grand city of Tullus, the city by the spire. Join these heroes as they explore a former brothel, the laboratory of the dreaded Surgeon in Shadows, and even secret temples of chaos cults. Can these intrepid adventurers stave off the night of dissolution, a dark time long foretold when the slumbering lords of chaos will awaken in their hidden lairs deep below Tullus, and bring catastrophe to the world?
And we are back, and today on Lovely Random Encounters, we have several emails, and Jeremy wants to talk to us about West End Games.
I don't know where I was at, but I noticed that West End Games has basically all of their basic stuff for free on RPG Now. You can download it for free. I have downloaded their space one. Actually, I downloaded them all. They have a space one, a fantasy one, an adventure one, and so on.
Going there now. Let's see. It's their Open D6 stuff.
Right.
Looks like.
Yeah, but it's the full books.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not bad. I was reading the Fantasy Magic, and
and this D6, the D6 system is the Star Wars,
right?
The old Star Wars system.
The system is
so
easy, but some of
D6
it's complicated.
Space, yeah, it's all free.
It's
right
all
now.
free right now, and so I downloaded them all, and I will be going through those slowly, mostly just to get Star Wars type ideas, and maybe ideas for other games. I don't know if that means they are not doing well, so they are just trying to get their stuff out there, or if something occurred. But I noticed that, and I thought I would just point it out.
D6 Adventure.
Yeah.
D6 Adventure locations. D6 core books. Core set bundles. Free.
Right.
Well, let's check this out.
I didn't try the bundle. I just did it individually. And I was fine with it. But so far, so good.
Well, if anyone knows really what's up with West End Games,
please tell us.
Let us know. They do have a website. I might try just emailing them.
That might be the best bet because their website is so small. It's basically nothing. But
there's not much there.
Was tempted to purchase a couple of their items, and I was thinking about it. And now I don't have to.
Well, there you go.
So I do find that interesting. Though, if you get a chance, take a look at the fantasy one.
Fantasy creatures or just D6 fantasy?
No, just D6 fantasy. Look that over and look at their spell calculations.
Oh, yeah?
Because...
are they crazy?
Yeah. If I ever ran one of those, we would be using just the pre-generated spells.
You can create your own spells
on the fly. Now, it may take your character. It may take you, 20 minutes, and you figure out that your character only needs 4 minutes to do it. But it's all calculated.
All right.
Anyway.
Well, we have some emails, and I've let these pile up for quite a while, so we have some good stuff to talk about. Got an email from The Great Debate, The Great Debate Podcast at rpgdebate.com. I've got an email from Jim Ryan over there. Now, let's see, Jim Ryan. Jack Ryan? Jim Ryan. Anyway, I wanted to drop you a line and let you know that I heartily enjoy your show and have played your promo on the most recent episode of the podcast. I got hooked on Gamers Haven via your Deadlands actual play episodes. Deadlands is one of my favorite RPGs, and every time I listen, I'm reminded how much I've missed running it lately. Damn it. I'm having an excellent time listening to the story unfold. Ethan's done an excellent job combining the existing Deadlands lore with his ongoing plotline. As a GM, I'd be proud to play under. Jeremy and Eric are freaking hysterical, especially when they're planning something, and Robin and Nathan are consummate role players. The regular shows are great to listen to as well because you thoroughly and succinctly explore your topics in pretty much every segment, though I must admit I really like the tangents you go on from time to time that keep building on your epic time travel and mansquito-laden adventures. I look forward to future episodes. You guys are a lot of fun to listen to. Take care, Jim Ryan. Well, thank you very much, Jim. I have queued up the Great Debate podcast to listen to at some juncture. Now that I am done with my finals, I might be able to actually do so. Thank you for your rave about Deadlands. I'm enjoying running it, and it will continue running until it's done, I think. So, but that was from the Great Debate podcast. We got an email from John Harzma. John. We got an email from John. It said, "Hey guys and gals, just wanted to drop you a line and let you know that I really enjoy your podcasts. I've never played any system other than D&D, so the Deadlands series has been very interesting. It's great to hear your camaraderie while playing. Since I've been listening to Deadlands, I haven't been keeping up with Tallus. It seems that is that series going past episode 6.4. It hasn't been easy finding actual play podcasts for D&D, so I've been telling everyone about you guys. Looking forward to continuing adventures." This was sent to us back at the end of October. We are still doing Tallus right now. It's just scheduling has been
holiday snafus.
Holiday snafus, life intervening, that sort of thing. So I think we have put out an episode, our 7th part in that. And right now we're not getting back together to play that again until after Christmas. So thanks for the email, John. We will be most certainly doing more of the lovely stuff. Yes. We also posted a review, a couple on our snippet review episodes, some of our snippet reviews, which we haven't done a few of those in a while. We need to do some more. Of Ninja to Go. Jeremy and I did the Ninja to Go game. And Michael Fiegel over at Aeon Forge, who are the people who did the PDF version of that game, emailing back, said, "Thanks for the review, appreciate it. Just a few minor corrections. The pictures of the little ninjas are, in fact, pictures of Little Rubber Ninja that were included in the extremely limited edition version of this game that were sold at Origins and Dragon Con. The Steve Jackson game is a pure card game, and while it contains dice, it does not contain little ninja figures and is not a board game. So no big deal, though. You hit the salient points in the review. Thanks, Mike."
I want some of those ninjas.
Yeah.
But yeah, just to clarify that, Ninja to Go, there you go. Got an email from Jeremy Burford. Jeremy Burford, who is in Missouri, apparently, in Misery. "Hey guys, I heard you mention George R.R. Martin's A Song of Ice and Fire in the most recent episode. If you enjoy Martin, give Scott Lynch a try. His Gentleman Bastard sequence is still quite young, only 2 books out with a 3rd due sometime in 2010, and is well worth a read. The dust jacket of the first book describes it as Robin Hood meets Ocean's 11, and really, I can't think of a better comparison. The first book is titled The Lies of Loch Lamora. Do yourselves a favor and give it a shot, but be forewarned, you'll never want to play anything but a rogue after reading it. Keep fighting the good fight, Jeremy in Missouri." I have put that on my list of books to check out at some point, The Lies of Loch Lamora. I have read the first 3 books in Song of Ice and Fire, and I think they're absolutely fantastic books. We'll be starting up on the 4th book here shortly. But I don't know. Have you guys heard of Lies of Loch Lamora? Scott Lynch guy.
No, I've never heard of him. I'll have to check it out.
Sounds pretty cool. Well, if I get a copy of the book, I will let you guys know. Got an email from also concerning one of our snippet reviews of Gold Digger. Got an email from Leah over at Out of the Box Publishing, and she just wanted to thank us for the review, and that when she gets the time, they're going to post a link to the review on their website.
That's a fun game.
Which one?
Gold Digger.
For Gold Digger.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
I'll have to try that sometime.
Got an email from Stephen Skidmore. says, "Hi guys, been a huge fan of the show for a long time. Your world building series, which I just realized is spelled world building. I don't know what you're speaking of. I looked just today and it's spelled entirely correctly. Anyway, in the feed,
the joys of the internet.
Yes, is what got me into listening to podcasts and helped me actually put a lot of the stuff in my head down on paper instead of just in my head. But enough inflating your egos. The reason I'm finally sending you an email is a few months back you made the reason I'm finally sending you an email is a few comments you made about the Book of Vile Darkness. I can understand your point of view about the book and how it has hurt the image of gaming for some people. And I own a $5 copy of the Book of Erotic Fantasy. I know what can do harm to gaming's image. I think, though, that you missed a great use of some of the things in that book. As a perma-GM, I keep the Book of Vile Darkness next to my screen, and when the players start to get complacent, I just reach over and pat the book. They know what evil spells are in the book, and that I won't pull my punches. Everyone agrees with me that it is a GM intimidation weapon. Well, all that is beyond what you're talking about in the episodes, but I thought you might enjoy the idea. Keep up the good work, and don't let life get you too down, and maybe a few more regular episodes for you guys, for those of us who aren't huge fans of actual play. Stephen. First of all, let me say, I think the Book of Vile Darkness is a fine, fine product, and I love it. I love to taunt players with it. I love to, flip through it and see the nipple clamps of exquisite pain and, dangle those in front of people.
It has its uses. I mean, it's good to get your juices flowing.
No, seriously, it is a good book.
It is a good book.
I mean, it is one of Monty's best, I think, and it is definitely a third ed book that I would recommend people pick up.
No, Book of Erotic Fantasy, obviously.
Well, Book of Erotic Fantasies is just dumb. Yeah. We speak not of that. But Book of Vile Darkness, well worth the $5 well worth any money, whether it be $5 or whatnot that you put down for it.
One of it?
I strongly doubt it. Which is too
bad.
Because Book of Vile Darkness is good. Book of Exalted Deeds was crap. Yeah, it just shows you evil's better. It is great. It was a great tool for GMs.
It just shows that they don't know how to write awesome goodness, because you can do cool things with good. They just didn't do it.
Yep. We got an email from our good friend, Gary the Pagan. Or the 8th Pagan, as they say.
Is there, 7 other ones that...
I'm wondering if he killed all 7, and now he is the 8th.
So maybe he's hunting
or maybe it's like the...
the one.
No, maybe it's like the Dread Pirate Roberts.
Oh.
It's like someone passes on the title of Gary or the 8th Pagan. So I don't know. Anyway, we got an email from him. We hadn't heard from him for quite a while. Said,
he was dead.
Yeah, we assumed he'd been swallowed up by the chaos of
Ecuador.
Yes, he'd been taken out by ninjas from Ecuador. Hi, no, I have not left the planet and returned to my own world. Just been a while since I got around to emailing. He sent us an image called Swimming in Bullets. The image conjured up in my mind when you mentioned it in the podcast, but I'm a disturbed individual. And can you please send me the winning lottery ticket you got from the UK? I can't win the damn thing, but some straw-chewing yokel in Kansas can. Hey, I don't chew straw.
Anymore.
That much. There's the Swimming in Bullets picture.
I want to see this from a comic
book. It's from a comic book.
Is she naked?
Yes.
She's in bullets.
Why is she swimming in bullets naked?
I got nothing.
Well, I guess it's kind of cool.
Anyway, forgot to mention before, I also downloaded Dungeons & Dragons Online, but I left it downloading as background task until it was done. iTunes sucks, G-Powder is free, Drag and Drop will do it for me to get files from an MP3 player. Can't Talk, playing Dragon Age Origins, and only a third of the way through the story, 50 or so hours to go. Yes,
What was the other thing that's free?
Huh? Oh, G-Powder, it's a pod catcher.
Oh, I don't want that thing.
No. Got an email from Joe McJoe.
Hey,
very short email. Said if Nathan does his Connor impression a little slower and a little deeper, he could transform into a decent Al Gore.
He wants me to be Al Gore.
So if you do your Connor just a little slower, a little deeper, you'd be Al Gore. He just wanted to let you know.
Okay, awesome. That's actually going to be a challenge. I will have to try that. So first,
we'll be playing Deadlands this Sunday. So
I have no idea whether I'm going to make it or not. I'm going to try, but Let's see. Kana sounds kind of like this. He talks a little fast.
Talk about
so let's take
man,
it a
bear,
little
pig.
slower so we can talk
and go a little
slower.
deeper.
Now I need to go a little deeper.
And talk about man, bear, pig.
Talk
You have to wear a
about
cape.
Man, bear, pig. I don't sound like Al Gore.
That was for you, Joe.
Al Gore is more of a, damn, with the money I got from that tip, I could have bought 1 gallon of gas.
And then shot man, bear, pig.
We got another email from Galashi1, our good friend Galashi. Said, so I was thinking about it, and I don't quite remember if you've given an opinion on these systems before. Burning Wheel and Dread RPG, and the soon-to-be-published Dragon Age tabletop RPG. Also, I finally played Arkham Horror, no expansions, and did some research on the game. Just how big is the game with all the expansions? Nathan, why don't you address that last one first?
Yeah, the table in our kitchen, or in our dining area, is 7 foot by 3 foot. With all the boards on the game that I have, and I'm still missing one of the expansions, we actually exceed
Do you have Innsmouth?
I do not. I have Innsmouth. I don't have...
I know you don't have Black Go to the Woods, which isn't a board expansion, though.
I have Black Go to the Woods.
I remember you couldn't find it.
Yeah.
There's Kingsport. You don't have Kingsport.
I don't have Kingsport. Okay. So I'm missing one of the actual board expansions. But with the 2 that I have, and the main board, and all the cards...
cards.
And the setup for all the cards, the table is completely full. There is no
We
place
need
to
another
put,
table to actually play the game.
Yeah. So
be able to play the game.
The best way I can put it is if you want to play Arkham Horror with all of the expansions, you need yourself a Warhammer certified tournament table, which is 4 foot by 8 foot.
4 foot by 8 foot, plus another card table just in case.
Just in case.
And a room you can actually partition off and not let pets into because, you know,
to play the full game.
To play the full game for 900 years.
Yeah, it takes forever.
You know.
It's the only board game I've ever seen where it's the only board game I've ever seen where you can actually have a game run for like 2 weeks.
Actually, Axis and Allies, we did that a couple times.
Yeah, that's true.
It's almost like playing Axis and Allies with 2 boards. Or
Yeah,
playing
we've done
Axis
that.
and Allies with like the Europe board and the
we've done that.
The
other
Pacific
one.
Theater.
There's a bunch of them now.
Yeah, I saw that. I like the actual the miniatures version of Axis and Allies.
Yeah, the problem with miniatures is it's collectible.
Yeah, that sucks. But the miniatures are really cool looking.
All right, and as for the RPGs, I've heard of some of them. I know a bit more about the Dragon Age one than others, but Burning Wheel is an independent game. I think it's also Burning Empires. I think
If they send us one, we can review it.
Well, yeah, if they're willing to send us one, we can review it.
Dread RPG I've heard, I think I've seen, I don't know much else about it, and Dragon Age RPG, I know the basics of what has popped out from Green Ronin, and if it's a Green Ronin product, it's probably going to be fabulous. They'll give us money later, I guess. But I don't know. I know it's not D20. I know it's their own system. It looks very nice. Other than that, I really don't know much about it. My whole problem with a lot of fantasy-based games out there is you got to have, I think, as a fantasy game, as a company putting out a new fantasy game, you've got to have a lot of cojones. You've got to have a lot of moxie to think you can not necessarily take on D&D, but you have to be able to present something that is different enough from D&D to not be D&D. Because my problem with it is you look at a generic fantasy game and say, because this happened a lot before D20 came out, was you had all these people who were putting out fantasy games. Mm-hmm. And my thing was even
D&D.
after D20 came out, really, and it did happen a bit after that, was why would I? The chief question that you want to ask that nobody asks is, why should I play this and not D&D?
Yeah.
Why should I play this and not the game that's been around for 30 years?
Right.
So,
what I would like to see from companies is actually source books, and not when I say source books, I don't mean anything with rules.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see just books that might be like a setting or just information. You know, I'd like to see that type of thing, because a lot of these companies have great writers, but we don't really need a bunch of new rules.
Right.
And I'm not even saying it has to be 4th edition rule set. I just want flavor. I want some PDFs that are just more flavor. Now, you can get that from just like normal books. I mean, you can just go to, But I wish they would do some of those. And I just don't think there's any money in it. So
Yeah.
But I won't buy just another system just because. I was happy with Savage Worlds.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't go out and buy the Savage Worlds Fantasy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Sundered Skies.
I mean, it's interesting, but...
ultimately, that's really what it goes down to is...
And Green Ronin's book will be good. It will be good, but I just don't... There's no point for me to buy it.
Yeah. But,
sad.
I mean... but other than... I haven't seen anything from any of those games that would remotely really interest me. I mean, Dragon Age is a cool PC game, but I could do everything in that is done in that game I could do in D&D.
Right.
Easily.
And that's
most
why...
of it's just flavor, so it's
that's why I like flavor books.
Yeah.
I just like a good flavor books about the planes, about different cities, locations.
The fact of the matter is this: the way most of us actually play role-playing games, especially even D&D, we just take the basic rules and then excise all the setting stuff, anyways, because we don't care for their settings. We made our own settings.
Yeah,
we've got our own settings, which we've
you
been
do that
working
much
on for
more
years.
often with a fantasy game. With fantasy, I've noticed you do it much more often with fantasy rather than science fiction or
the reason for that being is a lot of the science fiction
anything
games,
else. Yeah,
a lot of the science fiction games have very heavily established scenario settings and have like canon that people try to follow.
Star Wars, Star
Trek.
Traveler, all that.
Yeah, they have very specific settings, and it's not like the fantasy where it's like, well, we have this setting. Here's another setting book for you. Oh, by the way, here's another setting book for you. We know you're already inundated with setting books, but we're going to give you another one anyways.
It's hard for them to do anything different.
Yeah. There's very few of them that are actually something that really takes your attention. But look at it like this: you have You have Forgotten Realms. You have Dragonlance. You have the World of Faerun. You have.
That's Forgotten Realms.
Yeah,
Forgotten Realms, Eberron. You're going to have Dark Sun.
Yeah.
Well,
in
Eberron's
fourth edition, they're making a concentrated effort to
keep it
to try to keep it more specialized because they put out there is no basic setting for D&D, but they put out they put out Forgotten Realms, and then they put out Eberron, which granted is different than Forgotten Realms, and then the next one they're putting out is Dark Sun, which is different than Forgotten Realms and Eberron. So
both of them,
Dark Sun is awesome. What I'd actually like to see,
it's always been my complaint with things like Dragonlance and stuff like that, is that it's fundamentally the same setting as
Forgotten Realms.
I wish they'd do Birthright, but they never will.
No.
Birthright would be awesome to see another one. Actually, one that I'd like to see is Al-Qadim.
Yeah, actually that would be nice. And that's different.
The other one I'd really like to see them redo would be Planescape. I mean, for crying out loud.
Yeah, Planescape
was
did
crazy.
well. And it was a fun setting, and there's a lot of things that right now, while I like their plane book, Manual of the Planes, there's a lot of things missing that I would like to see again, and that's why I kept my old Manual of the Planes.
Yeah.
Well, then we got an email here from John John. He said, my group recently started a new campaign, and my character for this game is a rogue. Rouge.
Does he fly?
He flies and at will connects to the internet. As we approach second level, I was thinking of taking 2-weapon fighting as my feat. The power reads that you get a +1 damage while holding a melee weapon in each hand. It doesn't say anything about being able to attack with both weapons or if there's a penalty to the attack with the offhand. I was thinking short sword in the main and dagger in the other. How do you guys read this, and how would you handle this at your table? I'm going to talk to my DM tomorrow, but wanted to get your opinion on it since you guys have a lot more experience.
All it does.
I played 2nd edition way back when and just started playing again when 4th edition came out. Thanks in advance. Love your podcast. Waiting eagerly for new sessions of Shadowfell.
Wait a minute. If you just do base attacks instead of doing an at-will attack, you don't get an offhand attack anymore?
You don't ever get an offhand attack with
They cut down on multiple attacks.
The reason they did that is because of all the special powers, and really,
the at-wills and the dailies
after
and the
a while, it got ridiculous, because I could create a fighter or a swashbuckler with 2 weapons that could sit there and just mow people down with multiple attacks.
Churn through people
which
like a
is
blender.
Awesome. But not very well balanced.
No.
So they basically, like
What happens is now, if you have 2-weapon fighting, is you get bonus, just an overall
Just a
bonus to
bonus.
damage, or a bonus.
Or-
you can get 2-weapon defense,
right.
bonus to your defense.
Or if you're a ranger,
and it's assumed that
you get special powers.
It's key to remember that in D&D, combat is assumed to not be a you line up and attack, and he attacks, and then you attack,
Right.
and it's always assumed you're moving around, you're
fighting,
you're
you're
parrying, you're
So
doing
you
all
may hit with your alternate hand,
Yeah.
but they're not going to offset. Now, the one cool thing, though, is if you have a fire sword and an ice sword, each round you can decide which one to use.
So you freeze them, then shatter them.
Yeah, you could be like fire damage, ice damage next round, and they're okay with that because they basically just made it simple. You don't get an
now,
extra attack.
there are some powers that classes will get that allow you
Right.
to make multiple attacks. It
Or-
will tell you when you use the power. It's like
You get to make an
it
additional
says,
standard
it'll say,
tell you.
2 targets. First target do this.
Right.
Second target do this.
And
You
really,
know?
I actually one of the warden power or one of the warden's encounter powers is actually you make a standard. You make the attack, the encounter attack.
Right.
If successful, then you get to make a standard attack on another target.
Yeah.
Right.
And if you actually succeed in hitting,
That's how they get around
that
it.
other target. Then
And I think it makes it a lot easier, and I think it balances
but
it out,
you're
especially
not-
at high levels.
that also allows you
Because
to
it
use.
did get really ridiculous at high levels.
It also allows you to use a sword and a parrying dagger, which is going to give you a bonus to defense, but still be able to use that power. You don't have to do a dice 4 damage. You're using your actual
the weapon.
blade.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, but with the magic weapons, that's where it gets awesome because you're like, I can use whichever one I want.
Yeah.
Well, the magic weapons, the way they have the magic weapons set up with the levels of magic weapons was confusing at first when I first started reading it. And now that I've actually read it really carefully, it's an interesting idea. It makes me wonder why they didn't do that before.
Some of it's irritating because daily powers can only be used so many times on your spread of magic items. So, like, if you're only able to use one daily power on a magic item, that's not per magic item you have.
That's one daily per day.
So, some of that stuff I wouldn't even bother with. Like, for an instant campsite, if somebody's used an attack one and then they want to use their freaking instant campsite, I'm not going to be like, no, you can't. No. Though, as combat goes on, every time you don't rest or you basically do just a short rest, you can get more uses. But it can be
because that stuff does recharge after milestones,
right? But it can be kind of. At first, it's confusing for a new person, and still, I sometimes have to stop and go, "Now, wait a second."
Yeah.
I like some of the new stuff with the new system, and there's still some stuff
that
I have some serious problems
he
with.
did mention Shadowfell, and we have started a new the Keep on the Shadowfell Redux. That has begun. It began last weekend. Finally, yes. We won't get the second session recorded for another couple weeks at this point because of Christmas. But
I still think everybody should come over and play after Christmas.
Hey, before you go on to the next site or the next email,
we don't have any more emails.
Well,
nobody loves us anymore.
Well, you didn't have a lot. You lied.
I did lie. I like lying.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a lawyer.
Go
remember?
to they're lying bastards. Go to D&D Craft, I think it's called.
D&D Craft?
Yes. .com. This is just a small little site that I found, and really all it is either pictures or little stories, and all they do is they're just to give you ideas, and it's based on like the 16th. And so, like, every Monday they have Monster Monday, and they'll have a picture of a monster.
Is it just
they don't
the
give
word,
any?
the
Yeah,
word
DND.
DND.
Yeah, craft.com. So it's just a random picture, and it's just to help you think. That's all. It has some forums too, but I haven't really messed around with it yet. It's not very in depth, and that's kind of the whole point. The point is just to think. Yeah, it's different. They have some news on there, but not much.
Yeah, some of this art's pretty good.
Yeah, but like some of the landscapes I kind of like.
Oh, they have the trailer for the new Clash of the Titans.
They do, and that was kind of neat. Also,
I haven't seen that yet.
I'm curious if anybody knows where I can find, and I've already tried the Game Weird one, but it doesn't have enough modification for me. But I need a calendar creator and not a calendar creator like for the real world, not like January through,
Right.
I need a calendar creator, and if it had moon, lunar stuff
lunar
on
calendar.
it, lunar calendar would be even better. Now, the Game Weird one allows you to do a simple, very simple, and it's neat, but I can't find online
A lunar calendar creator.
or just any calendar creator that would work for Fantasy World. They have a Forgotten Realms one, they have an Eberron one, but you can't modify those. So nothing too complicated, but something that you can that looks like a calendar, and actually I can add moon, to it and things like that. That was just kind of a side thing.
Alrighty. Well,
I have one more thing to say before we finish up. I don't know if a lot of people know about this. I meant to ask Jeremy about it, but I didn't get around to it. Did you ever read a series of books called The Sword of Truth by Terry Goodkind?
Yes.
Okay, is that the series where they just horribly torture the
Where they
characters?
take the characters and just beat them against the concrete and curb stomp them?
Yeah. Do you realize that they're actually doing a TV series
Yeah,
of that?
I watched it. It's not bad.
Yeah, for those of you out there who read the series, didn't
The
know this,
Seeker.
The Legend of the Seeker, it's on ABC. It's been pretty good so far.
Oh, it's not bad.
They
Zed
really
is
encourage-
awesome.
Yeah, Zedeckis Zulzerander.
Zedeckis is awesome because he's just like, they don't fool around. They're not like, oh, he's a great and powerful wizard, and then he doesn't do anything.
He's
I'm
a great and powerful
wizard. Can you fireball them to death? Okay. Poof.
Yeah, it just burns them.
It's pretty.
The actors are very well done.
Yeah.
I think the guy that they got to play Richard Cypher is pretty cool. The lady that's playing Kaylin Amnell is very, very pretty.
The more Sith or
Kara?
more creepy.
Yeah. Do you actually have the books?
No.
Okay. I was just
They're
curious.
hard to find.
Yeah, that's what I'm finding because I wanted to get them.
Josh Shire had them.
I've been trying to find them.
No, he didn't. He had a different series.
And, he had the Wizard's Apprentice series.
There was another series he had.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, but I don't have them.
Yeah, because I've been trying to find the
Maybe
Wizard's
use
First
Bookstore.
Rule. I looked at a half-price bookstore, and they didn't have it. I actually looked on Amazon, and they had the paperback, and it was like $40 for the paperback.
Well, the series is actually good, though. You kind of get confused because now it's the Seeker versus the Keeper.
Mm-hmm. That's book 2.
And you're like, okay.
They sound very close.
Also, the world is kind of depressing because if you die, you just go to the Keeper.
Yeah.
It's like, don't die.
Yeah. But
it sucks that you're old. You're gonna go to the Keeper.
But the first season seemed fairly lighthearted. I haven't read any of the books, so I don't know anything.
They're not lighthearted.
Yeah, but the first series seems very lighthearted compared to what I would expect. Because I was like, isn't this a series Jim was talking about where he just absolutely horribly tortures the main characters?
Yeah, they didn't really push that as much as I noticed. Because at one point
they are in the second season.
The Seeker,
They're nasty in the
is
second
tortured by a Mort Sith, and is actually tortured so long that she gains his respect.
They did that in the show.
Okay, I missed that one.
Yeah,
but that was
she
horrible
tortured
in
him.
the book.
She tortured him so hard she killed him in the show, and then she had to bring him back to life.
I don't remember him dying in the book. I just remember that basically it was like, oh, well, you can put up with this? Well, you're in charge now.
Yeah, and in the end of that torture, doesn't he end up killing her?
I don't remember that. It's been a long time. All I know is that they follow him after. It's just they
are nasty.
They're kind of nasty to their. He really doesn't like his characters.
I was just curious.
Doesn't sound like it.
if you have a chance, check it out. You have the Netflix Instant Watch, right?
Yes.
They have the first full series up.
The TV show is good.
It's good, but it's apparently not the same.
Fantasy. Well, I mean, it is and it isn't.
But it's done by Sam Raimi and Rob Taylor.
Yeah, that's what makes it great. It's Sam Raimi. And
it's obvious that he has some influence on it.
Do you remember the original Xenas or the original Hercules?
The ones that were really dark,
where they were fun. Okay, now take out
before Sam Raimi and Rob Tappert left the show. Yes,
right. Now take out the silliness. That's basically the Seeker. Well, where it's a lot more serious.
A lot of random flipping around.
Well, no. Take out all that. That's the silliness. But I mean, that type of feel, kind of where it's in a good adventure. They're going to neat places.
Here's the best thing I can say about it, from my opinion. Okay, you know how Xena had a sword and she never really used it, right? It's like, haha, I have a sword, I'm going to pommel strike you with it, knock you out. Haha. No. This guy's like, haha, I have a sword, I'm going to cut your flippin' head off.
Everybody.
With it. Yeah. Everybody. It's
Stab.
like, I'm going to fight, stab.
Stab.
It's like,
I have a
I will
magic
have to
sword.
check it out.
Stab.
Actually.
yeah, it's
I hadn't really
interesting.
heard much about it, so I'll
And
have
then
to check it out.
Zed's like, fire! Fire!
You haven't seen it yet, I don't think. But one of the episodes, they get a hold of this magic mirror that changes what they look like.
Oh, I did see that one. Yeah. And then
he does a spell, and you just watch in the background as this fire ring does this, and you just watch these poor little bodies go.
Like the enemy
so
soldiers in the
laughing.
first one are so. I mean, they're kick ass, but then they become stormtroopers.
Yeah,
And you're just like, oh, there's so many of them,
and they're dead.
they're going to be dead. But the confessors are creepy.
Yeah,
Confessors,
The command me, my
what they will
mistress.
do is they'll touch you and then they'll stare at you, stare in your eyes, and
they overwhelm you.
they overwhelm you and you become their slave.
Oh, lovely.
It's called confessing.
Yeah, in every way, shape, or form. And they always say this line. They're like, command me, my mistress.
It's just, and so like they'll confess somebody
'Cause all
and then have
confessors
him,
are women.
and he'll just turn on all the soldiers.
Yeah, and start killing his own people, his own friends and stuff. They have no control.
Lovely.
Yeah, it's
I
interesting.
will have to check it out. It sounds pretty
And
cool.
the actress, her name's
It's
Bridget
not.
Reagan.
It's not very corny either. It actually turned out
Yeah,
like that's why I'm said it kind of has a feel of those very early
I was
where they were kind of neat, and then it got corny after a while. This
Right.
one so far is just neat.
I was expecting the corny. When I started
Right.
watching, I went, "Ooh, Sam Raimi and Rob Tapert score. This is
And-
going to be fun." And I watched it and went, "This is not
and
fun. This
so
is really,
far,
this is really good."
So far, the effects pretty cool, and also there's not that where you get that kind of dumb where all of the
We just
sword fighting.
We just got another email.
Right. Where they do all the flipping and all that crap.
No, the sword fighting
it's
is
just like
very
clang, 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 stab.
stab. Yeah, there's none of that. They throw in the occasional punch and the occasional kick and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
And the confessor stabs people with knives,
Right.
and she's hot.
Yeah. Well, she's very good looking. The actress name is Bridget Reagan, but she's a redhead in real life. And you see her in real life, she's got red curly hair, and she's really
And the
pretty.
Siths are also hot.
Wearing
Those
leather,
will torture you.
tight, skin tight leather outfits. Yeah. But to give you
Actually,
an
though,
idea-
I don't care if the Seeker dies or not.
well, he doesn't die in the books.
I know, but I'd rather just have Zed do everything.
That is really cool.
I'd rather do. Actually, when he got turned into a young man and he declared himself the Seeker, that was
awesome.
hilarious.
That was awesome. Did that actually happen in the books?
I don't remember, but there was a naked witch and who basically tricked him, and so he decided, you know what? I need a wife, and found this beautiful woman who happened to be a prostitute.
Yeah.
And then took her out into a random area and built a castle with a wave of
magic.
his hands.
Yeah, he goes, here's your castle. Oof.
And
Alrighty
he
then.
declared himself Lord.
Yeah.
The local Lord didn't
All
like
right,
that.
we're going to hit this last question real quick. We just literally 2 minutes ago got an email in from Sanjan Unkara. We still love that name. Who was actually Jason. It's someone named Jason anyway. Said, "Evening, Ethan. I was just wondering when the new Shadowfell Redux game was going to start. Also, due to having to replace the motherboard, a drive, and the power supply, I have lost Andre's email. So could you please send it to me again? I will do that. I've just started listening to your normal podcast, and I already know that I will have comments and questions for you on many of them. My first question, though, is there a podcast where you guys look at Alpha Omega?
Yes, as a matter of fact, there
Strangely,
is.
yes.
Yes, Jeremy reviewed Alpha Omega back in episode 42 of
The
Young
book is
Role
weird.
Playing. So
It's an interesting
It's a
setting.
weird shape.
Yeah, the book, but the book is a strange shape.
I know that's kind of whiny, but
The setting is cool. The premise for the game is cool. I don't think we'll ever play it because we'll never
most
have
likely
time.
not.
But the game itself is a cool setting, cool idea, cool premise. And if you have some group that's going to run it, good on you. I mean, that's awesome.
And
we don't have that luxury.
The
here.
first episodes of Shadowfell, like I said, were recorded. I will be getting them up hopefully this weekend. So
I would have to
we had
replace
fun.
all my books though with the that shaped book.
Either that, or you'd have to have a single bookshelf specifically for
Right.
those books.
Just take a chainsaw to all my other books and be like,
I just hate being slightly OCD about your RPG books.
What's slightly about it?
Okay, being OCD about your...
I am OCD. They have to have
They
the
don't
same shape.
fit.
If they don't have the
Yeah.
same shape, I have to put them on different shelves.
Yeah. I'm bad that way.
Or
too.
hide it.
Yeah.
I'll have to put it under stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why that sofa with the, where you can put
The
stuff
compartments,
in it.
yeah.
The compartments
that's
are
awesome.
useful because you're like, I can't look at this book.
All right. Anyway, that's it for the Random Encounters. Thank you very much for listening to the Gamers Haven podcast.
Now that we're an hour and a half over what we were expecting.
Oh, it's all good.
Yeah.
Take care. We'll talk to you guys later.
Yeah, check out the Legend of the Seeker if you haven't. It's an interesting show.
It actually is pretty fun.
This concludes the broadcast from World Control.
You've been listening to the Gamers Haven podcast. This has been a Thousand Monkeys production. You can find us on the web at www.canadiancrusaders.com. You can email the show at thousandmonkeysproductions@gmail.com. Visit our website to find our episode archives, our actual play, our main feed, as well as promos, links, and a gallery. You'll also find our RPG Now Pick of the Week, our Amazon Pick of the Week, and you can even go through some of our snippet review episodes. We are also shameless, and if you wish to donate some money to the wonderful Gen Con Fund, or just give money to the show in general, there is also a donate button on our site via PayPal. So visit our website at www.canadiancrusaders.com. The Gamers Haven is part of the Vorpal Network. The Gamers Haven podcast and Thousand Monkeys Productions and CanCon are copyright by Ethan Parker. Gamers Haven is released under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial Share-alike 3.0 United States license, some rights reserved. Some music for the show is provided by Joe Hero Band at joehero.com. Other music is used with permission under license.
Just like Bruce Campbell.